Coming to you live from the palatial studios of PBJ Productions. Welcome to Patrick and BJ Talk Real Estate, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything as it relates to real estate. Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Patrick.
And we're back talking about all things real estate. And guess what? The market is not crashing.
Has it hit rock bottom?
Well, okay, I'm going to tell you what we're seeing.
Okay.
And I'll just give you from experience of what we've seen in the last couple of months even, where I had a condo listed in the Cook Street area, and we ended up with 3 offers and went over asking.
We've been talking about this already.
Yeah.
Where multiple offers, pretty busy out there.
Right.
Not everything.
Right. But I should qualify that still to say our over asking amount did include full conditions. All 3 offers had full conditions. So it wasn't the...
You're talking about subject tos that financing, inspection.
Yeah.
Not like the last couple of years.
Yes, exactly.
Where it would be subject free offers.
Right.
A lot of the times.
Right.
Yeah.
And in that process, we looked at, of the properties we looked at, either 2 or 3 that we wrote on, we ended up in multiples and lost out.
Right, because now your seller client becomes a buyer client.
Yeah, and we were doing it at the same time.
Same neighborhood, similar neighborhood?
No, not the same neighborhood. Okay. Nicer, there were bigger places we were looking at. So, but still in the core.
Yeah.
Right.
Where it's most likely, I think it's typically busier than anywhere outside the core.
Right. So, so there's a good example of where, things are starting to gain some traction.
Yeah. I've got one similar to that, but I think you knew about the same condo I was looking at.
Yeah.
Where they weren't deferring offers, but they were only considering offers on a certain day of the week. Right.
Because of, where the sellers were in terms of they're not in the province and these kind of different things.
Right. Yeah. For whatever case. But the result was they still had 3 offers.
3 offers. Yeah.
They just came on the market. They said whatever it was Wednesday, have your offers in by.
Yeah.
And that still resulted like a deferred offer situation. Yeah. I don't know if that property sold yet. I have to look at it.
Yeah.
But that was only 2 days ago.
Yeah. And I know because I have a client, we were going to look at it.
Yeah.
And when we had booked the showing, there were no offers yet. And then we were advised, okay, we have 2 offers. Now we have 3 offers. And
so we touched on this a couple episodes back, where I counted up everything that happened in the last week to see which listings had full price offers or greater than full price offers.
Right.
And it ended up being like 29.5%. So 30% of the pending sales in a 1 week period would be at full price or more. So I'm calling that all multiple offers.
Okay.
There's more.
Okay.
I'm reading reports that Toronto, about 44% of this recently sold homes are multiple offers. The Greater Vancouver area was a little bit less. It was like 25%. Okay. So there's confidence in the market. It is getting busier out there. And, we talk about have prices hit rock bottom? I think we're starting to see municipalities increase in their medium price sales. Or not all of them. All of them might have still be at let's say the bottom.
Yeah.
Where some municipalities are taking off already.
Right.
And I'm talking, and in that context would be single family homes. Condos have not really, they seem to have flattened out, but I bet you they'll follow suit after single family homes get busier. And with the higher interest rates, I think it's more difficult on the entry level part of the market to get in. So those policy changes affect people getting into the market the most.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's probably why the single family homes have increased.
Sure.
Now, this is the surprising thing, because I looked at all of our all 13 municipalities to see which ones are the most popular.
Okay.
Where do we see the prices increasing the most? Now, I'll just read them off because I wrote them all down. Where are we here? So it was Colwood went up in price. I don't think there's many sales in Colwood, so it was sort of like an increase in price over the last year.
Okay.
Came down and came up again, not matching, but considerably closer to the last year's price.
Okay.
But I think it's just because of a few higher end sale prices that happened.
Okay.
Okay. So it's only because there's like not very much data there.
Yeah.
North Saanich started to increase.
Really?
Yeah. Other municipalities were increasing slightly, but not significant for me to say, oh wow, look at that.
Okay.
So the biggest increase I saw, you'll never guess, the median price in Souk.
I was going to say it'd be Souk.
March 2022 was $975,000. The median price now is $1.1 million.
Say that again.
$975,000 March 2022.
Yeah.
It's like a year later, 1.1 million median price.
Wow.
Where's the biggest part of the population? And probably a higher average, not talking about Oak Bay, which seem to still go down. I think it's because they have a higher average price already.
Sure.
So it's taking longer for them to sell.
Okay.
But Saanich West. Saanich West was the other considerable increase. Not to last year's numbers.
Okay.
We're recovering quite nicely right now.
Okay.
So there's more.
Okay.
This is also reflected on how many days on market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if we rewind 6 months ago, 8 months ago, when we're going through all this interest rate increases, December, we had an average amount of days on market for the median house. I'm not talking about the high-end house or the unusual or really far away house.
Yeah.
About 50 days. Now it's under 30.
Wow.
So there's definitely more confidence in the market. People are not sitting around waiting for all their solutions to be solved. They're moving on with life and getting into the home that they want to get into.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that I missed out on that? No, those were the highlights. Condos. I haven't seen a real change in condos. There is a slight recovery, not in all municipalities. Of course, not all municipalities have condos.
Sure. Highlands, for example, or Machosen, they don't have condos.
Exactly. But again, the municipality with an increase was Saanich West again.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's just, you know what, people keep asking us, when's the right time to buy? When have our prices going to go down? Are they going to go up? Well, I think these are all clear indicators that prices will go up this spring. For how long? I don't know. This is my personal guess. These are the numbers. This is the data that I'm looking for. But I think it all adds up to increased pressure demand on the very few listings that we have out there right now.
Yeah. Well, so let's put that back together. What does that mean in terms of, time to buy? If you need to buy a home right now, condo, townhouse, single family, duplex, whatever it is, and you can make the numbers work and everything, well, now's the time. Because I believe, like you, that we are going to see prices start to trend upward, if not immediately, certainly by the end of the year, when the projected interest rate lowering is going to happen.
And what happens when it typically interest rates goes down?
Well, if you want to look at it this way, if these are your interest rates and these are your prices, so right now they're like this. Interest rates are here, prices are here. It's going to go the other way. When the interest rates come down, prices are going to go up.
I'll add more to it.
Okay.
I saw a stat from last year. We had 1 million people come to Canada last year. Those are landed immigrants. And I guess I'm not sure what the differences are, but immigrants coming to Canada, plus temporary workers, plus students. So obviously, with a foreign buyer ban, puts a lot of pressure on rentals.
Rental market, yeah.
Right. It's so expensive that, if you can buy a house and you can take that kind of budget, if you're paying $2,400, $3,000, move that into owning a house somewhere, or condo, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure on rentals. at the moment. And if you're so the foreign buyer ban stops. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I can't remember exactly what the rules are. I know for the tax in BC, so you have to become a permanent resident, and then you're not a foreign national anymore.
Okay.
You don't have to be a Canadian citizen. Obviously, that makes that happen too.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're a permanent resident, you can buy property, and in BC, you would not be subject to the foreign buyer tax anymore.
Right. Okay.
So there's going to be a delay on all of this other demand as well.
Sure.
If we're having this much demand now, and if it continues for another year or so.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure when the end of that. Was it 1 year or 2 years?
It's a 2-year term.
2 year, right?
Yeah.
So we're in year 1?
We're on the first, yeah, because it started this year.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what?
There's a lot.
Yeah, to put all of that together and just make it simple from my perspective, this is a great time to buy, especially on Vancouver Island and in the greater Victoria area, because we are seeing prices, down, but they're not going to stay there. So I've been telling my clients, obviously my buyers, that if we can find the right home for you and we can make the numbers work for you, this is the time to buy. Yeah.
And a great time to sell. Thinking that we were ready for a slow market. It's going to take a long time to sell houses. If your house is a little bit more difficult to sell, there's going to be that. We still have a low inventory, and demand, I think, is going to be up for the spring at least. Right. If that doesn't drag out into early summer.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That's where we think we're at in terms of the market and what we're seeing for the months ahead and coming up this year. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can put something in the comments, or our contact info is in the instruction or in the description. You can find it right there. If you haven't, please take a minute, subscribe to our channel and like the video. It just helps us with growing the video and getting the word out there. If you think this might be interesting or of value to somebody, please let them know. Send them a link and join us next time.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you.